It's been a few days since we said bye to the other. Still no news about Rerir, though. If only he was gone for good. But with all the trouble he stirred up before...
Hello! You must be the traveler in Paimon? Mr. Flynn has been looking for you. Unfortunately, there's been a serious wild hunt attack over at the quarry.
The wild hunt? Oh, uh-oh. We better... Come on, let's go!
I can barely sense any Kuvaki at all. This whole area feels like a soulless...
Looks like his appetite truly is insatiable. As if the power of that energy cannon wasn't enough.
He's not seriously still getting stronger?
What? Everyone's here already. Hey!
We've all been on high alert since we split up a few days back, expecting Rerir to strike again. But it's like he just vanished into thin air. No one has seen him nor found any trace of his presence. That is, until this morning, when a ratnik found signs of wild hunt activity while out here on patrol. As you can see, the Crystonite itself is physically intact.
And we're sure that Rerir did this.
Who else? He's the only one who could pull off a stunt like this.
Kuvaki loss has reached critical levels. Reikir of Solnari set to maximum threat level. Warning, unless de-escalation measures are taken soon, he will pose a threat beyond our ability to contain.
Traveler, do you remember when we encountered there wasn't a shred of sanity left?
Yeah, didn't he shout out a bunch of names? Paimon gets chills just thinking about it. Oh, but the thought that he's still out there?
Last time we fought, we were already at a disadvantage. If he has such overwhelming strength, why would he...
Yeah, if I were him and I wanted more Kuvaki, I'd just take it by force. No point staying in the shadows. Unless something went wrong. His whole resurrect...
The other thing is, how does someone who's completely lost...
Beats me.
According to certain medical studies, insanity does not always entail a complete loss of rationality.
That actually sounds about right.
There are many unanswered questions here. He could be right under our nose. Besides his name and title, we know little about him. Certainly nothing about his past.
Exactly. And we wouldn't even know where to begin looking. Even Boss hadn't heard of the Reir. I'd be willing to bet that even if we gathered together every scrap of intel in Nodcry, we still wouldn't...
So, if we do nothing, he'll just keep getting stronger. But last time we had Marionette and her big robo-buddy to help us, and we still barely held our ground. If we... Oh, Paimon's head hurts just thinking about it.
Well, I do have a little hunch about his next move. Given that he attacked the quarry, somewhere like the Eye of Krati, or the Pillar of Embla. One thing...
A perfectly reasonable hypothesis. However, it is worth noting that these two locations are...
I agree, we should split up. Right now, Rerir's goal seems to be gathering Kuvaki, not...
Wait, why Hisi Island?
If I recall correctly, your largest goddess statue was carved from Kuvaki-rich ore, was it not?
That's right. Yes, it could well be a
Splitting up's always gonna be risky. But
I guess we don't have much choice, right? And if we do run into Rear?
That's when you follow the third rule of treasure hunting. Run like the wind.
Didn't you say the third rule was...
I don't know. Did I? Anyway, whatever.
Agreed. If anyone finds so much as a trace of Rerir, do not pursue him.
All right, we'd better get moving. Come on, Anetha, let's go.
Any leads?
Nope. Diddly squat. No clues to where he might be hiding. It's like he's a ghost. It feels like we're sitting on a powder keg that could go off at any second. Oh, I hate this feeling.
So, you guys didn't find anything either?
Not loving the word either. How about you, Flint?
I questioned a few Ratniki and eventually narrowed my investigation down to one suspicious individual. But by the time I got to his place, he was already almost as if he knew someone was on to him. Either that or he's just extreme.
He's been biding his time for a while now.
No idea. Since regaining his body, he seems to have lost all interest in the fragment in my
All we can do now is hope that I know and Anefa turn up some leads. Darn it, Rerir! If you've got the guts... Wait, he's actually here?
No, it's coming Silver Moon Hall! The Lady Kutar might be in danger!
Let's get over there, quick! Why is he attacking the damsel elect? What's going on?
No time for questions. Stop him!
This is insane.
Yehuda, get Kutar out of here!
On it.
Look where your feeble light has gotten you. Now you shall plunge into darkness. Thalindus, soon I will find a way.
Watch out!
barely made it out of there alive. What's that guy's deal? How'd he get so crazy strong?
He's a threat to this entire nation. I doubt his strength could even be measured by conventional standards.
I have a question. When me and Anetha showed up, we saw him chasing after this lady like he wanted her dead. What was... We weren't there for the whole thing either. They were already duking it out by the time we...
Yeah, we didn't see how it all started. It all escalated so quickly.
Kutar, can you shed any light on the situation?
Kutar. Cross-checking database. I see. So
Wait, she's the moon goddess?
There are many reasons why people might worship the moon. And just as many. I've never met that person before. But there was no mistake why he holds me in such contempt. I cannot say. But since he hunts the power of the moon...
Kutar.
there are many potential motives. For instance, you help the traveler escape his grasp. This could be his way of taking revenge. It is also possible that he covets the Kuvaki inside you, and but right now, devising a counter-strategy should be our #1 priority. The likelihood of this location being discovered is close to...
A counter-strategy? But we don't stand a chance against an enemy like... Surely our only option is to run. He's not gonna chase us to the end of the world, right? So as long as we can... No, I can't say that. Come on, Yehoda. This is serious stuff. You can...
Running is our only option.
Huh?
You seem surprised. But what other choice do we have?
Well, I mean, yeah, but...
It's not too late. I can distract him, so you have plenty of time to make...
Wait, what? You're gonna act as bait?
Doesn't that make sense? I'm the one he's after. There's no... A coyote doesn't stop for bypassers while it's howling at the moon. What is it, Loma? The Frost Moon Scions have already grown accustomed to life without their goddess. My presence here is no longer essential, and this is not my home.
We can't just roll over and let him get away with this. That's not our style.
Yeah. We can't just call it quits after everything we've been... Besides, she pretty much saved my life back there. If I just ditched her now, I'd never forgive myself.
We can't overlook that you have saved our lives multiple times now. To talk of returning the favor would be a little crass for my liking. But
Riri's true objective remains unclear. Even if we were to sacrifice Miss Kutar, there's no guarantee he would stop.
But...
Kutar, I know why you left the Frost Moon Scions so long ago. They would make self-centered wishes, force you to accept meaningless offerings in return. If it were me, I might have walked away too. But I believe that time can change everything. And that sometimes, after much reflection, I've realized that this was never about whether the Frost Moon Scions... Any relationship based on need is purely transactional. What I truly hope is that you'll choose to stay. Not out. You were born here, and now you've returned. Who knows?
Thank you, Lauma. But my power is on the wane. I'm afraid. Very well then. I'll do as you say.
both times you saved us, we were transported across great distances in an instant.
It is, but I find it very draining. I barely managed to pull it off just now. Rejected by the world, my power is dwindling. Like a lake, cut off from its...
What do you mean, rejected by the...
The 3 moons belong to the ancient bygone era in which they came into being. From the moment I was born, the world itself has been... The 3 moons are not one and the same. As the goddess of the frost moon, yet moonlight has a way of blending together. Each can reflect the other's glow, so when our fingers touched. But this method of recovery is painfully slow.
It's the Wild Hunt!
Even faster than we expected. We'll have to finish this conversation later.
See how those wild hunt creatures are running away from us. They're likely just a scouting party.
Then what are we waiting for?
The long sleep beckons.
Look, Rick! Oh, they just keep coming! This is driving me nuts!
Rear's closing in on us. We need to pick up the pace.
There's too many of them! And this time, we can't fall back on Kazar's house to escape! This goes on much longer.
Cleanup sequence initiated. Ultimatum protocol.
By the frosting.
The night coming.
Don't block!
Defensive mode engaged. Annihilation mode.
Leave this place. With one heart.
Close your eyes. The long sleep beckons. Observe. Fear the dark.
Ultimatum protocol.
Close your eyes.
Paris, protect us for the everlasting forest.
What's the matter? Bit off more than you could chew?
Uncle Varka! You're back from Amsvartnir? Whoa! You're Varka? Grandmaster?
We could save the intros for later. Right now, let's get you all out of this hellhole.
Oh, is that where
That's the one. Come on, move! There's...
Wow! Where are we?
Well, that goes without saying. This is the Knights of Favonius' meeting place in Nodcry, aka the Black Market of Intel. No matter what faction you're with, it's the place to buy and sell information. Their headquarters has an expeditionary force on foreign soil. Working with them has offered us the most effective way of getting our hands on reliable local intel. This is where we meet. So naturally, it's... Anyway, where were we? Folks from Nodcry should be pretty familiar with me by now. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Varka, Knight of Boreas, and Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius.
We've heard all about you. This meeting's been a long time coming. You look way younger than Paimon expected. But you...
Well, I'm no spring chicken. Just not showing my age yet. Definitely feeling some of that back pain today, though. Rushed back from Amsvartnir without a wink of sleep.
Another?
Yep. He wasn't nearly as strong back then, but he was still a formidable foe. I brought some of the knights along to give him a little surprise, but he saw us come. My squad took heavy injuries, and I barely made it out alive myself. We knew it might have been our last chance, so we staked everything on it. But still, It wasn't enough to stop him. I tried tracking him down afterwards, but he didn't leave a trace. Even in his unhinged mental state, he's as cautious as... So, I decided to come find you. And as luck would have it, turned up to find you being ambushed by the Wild Hunt.
Is that why he's been frantically absorbing Kuvaki these past few...
Maybe I'm part of the equation, but even if I weren't, I'm sure he'd...
Note to self, Uncle Varka's strength rating officially upgraded.
Guess it's my turn to ask questions now. So, what exactly has been happening in Nodcry?
That's a long story, but I'll try to make it quick.
Wow, I had no idea so much had happened. Sounds like you guys have really been through it. So, the Kutar is actually a Fatui Harbinger. And all this wild hunt activity in Nodcry is the work of the Raker of... that's a lot to take in. Need some time to...
I'm truly sorry, Mr. Varka. You stood with us against the Wild Hunt and did everything you could to stop it from escalating into a full-blown catastrophe. And then...
You've got nothing to apologize for, Miss Moonchanter. You can plan 100 steps ahead and still slip up. That's just life. No one knows what tomorrow holds. You can't... And, to be perfectly honest, I can't say I'm surprised. For all the times we've defeated the Wild Hunt in the... But now that a new variable has come into play, fate may well take a different course.
A new variable?
Who else? And in a strange way, I think his resurgence might not be an entirely bad thing. That said, while I was explaining everything just now...
You mean about our mystery ally?
That's right. From what you've said, not only did they lead you straight to some key files, they also shielded Hisi Island from I don't know who or what could pull something like that off.
I hadn't heard the story about those files. Would you mind repeating their titles for me?
Wild Hunt Phenomena Log. A Nodcryan Ratnik's...
Oh,
Another dead end. Guess all we can do now is hope that our mystery ally keeps showing up. Still, it's safest to assume they won't be intervening again. From here on out, we'll have to resolve this crisis by ourselves. Your intel also explains something else I've been wondering about. The reason I led my team to Amsfarnir was because we'd had reports about a possible source of the Wild Hunt showing up there. But once we looked into it, it turned out to be a red herring. I don't know who was behind it, but clearly, it served its purpose. I doubt it's by chance that he happened to make his comeback while my attention was diverted. And from everything you told me, it sounds like his scheming began well before his return. So maybe luring me away was all... But is it even possible that he orchestrated all of this by himself? The Moon Maiden and the Raker of Solnari, in Nodcry of all places. The way everything is unfolding, it can't be a coincidence.
So, what do we do now? Got any ideas?
Right now, we've got at least 3 things to consider. Let's go through them one by one. First, we need to figure out how to take down Rerir. If we can't beat him in a straight-up fight, the rest won't even matter. To my knowledge, the bulk of Nodcry's fighting force is already gathered here. But even with everyone united, we're still no match for Rerir in his current state.
what if there was a way to tap into a new power?
How so?
Have you thought of something, Columbina?
3 moons once watched over this world. The Eternal Moon was the largest. They say that back then, the 3 moon goddesses wielded immense power. I now bear the Frost Moon's power, and the Eternal Moon's marrow
Hold on. Are you suggesting...
The iridescent moon.
That's right. If we can find the iridescent moon's marrow, I will be able to regain my strength.
The 3 moons are said to stir the tides and illuminate all things.
According to my analysis, the solution is feasible. However, it is subject...
I know a way, but we will need to visit the...
The Experimental Design Bureau?
Yes. I must speak with Sandrone.
It's a long way from here to the Experimental Design Bureau. There's a high chance you'll be spotted. You should...
Then that's settled. Next up, As you saw for yourselves, when he was still in his wild hunt form, everything he did was for the sake of recovering his body and resurrecting it. People's obsessions often reveal their greatest vulnerabilities. There must be a reason why he despises the moon. The wild hunt has plagued Nodcry for centuries now. If we want to stop it for good, we have to get to the root cause of what's driving it.
It's true. We still know very little about him. If Kuthar hadn't given us that lead, we wouldn't even know his name.
But where would we even start? I doubt even the Intel Queen of Nodcry has a clue, and she has info coming out of her ears.
Oh? That's a rather hasty conclusion for someone who's so painstakingly meticulous when it comes.
Ah, she heard me.
Boss! What are you doing here?
I'm now asking myself the same question. I received a letter from a humble knight of Favonius, requesting a meeting to discuss a major business deal.
Details. Miss Neffer, the important thing is that you've arrived. Since his failed ambush, I've been racking my brains trying to come up with a plan to fight Rarier. Given the severity of the situation, I think it's fair to say that our only chance lies in uniting as one. We can't do this without the Curatorium. But I knew it'd be a tough job to win you over.
Wait a sec. How did you even hear about this place? Didn't you say this is meant to be the Knights of Favonius' meeting spot? And a contact hub?
You really think he could have gotten settled in Nodcry without my help? Besides, I'm the one running this.
Allow me to introduce the current head of the Northern Intelligence Network. If it's intel you're after, she's your woman.
Please spare me the flattery. Let's cut to the chase. Seems like you've run into some trouble, huh? Well, this certainly qualifies as an unforeseen crisis. On behalf of the Curatorium of Secrets, I wish...
So you're just going to sit this one out?
Why should I get involved?
What if we told you we can't do...
Oh? Then I'd say, you'd better make it...
I can't put a price on something like this. It's just not in my nature. But then again, if you insist on compensation, I will pay you.
You just don't give up, do you? Too bad. I know you well enough to know you can't afford my prices. The riskier the job, the more it'll cost. And a Moonchanter's stipend isn't exactly generous. Unless you're planning to start passing the donation box around.
Boss, just a thought. If they come up short, maybe you can take the difference out of my next few paychecks. Things got really dangerous during the fight with Rarier. If this girl hadn't saved me, I'd be leyline fall. If there's any way we can make this work, I'd really like to help her.
This is why I'm always telling you never accept favors. They are the hardest debts to repay. You have to be careful who you get involved with, or you invite all kinds of misfortune. Very well. Yehoda, I will help. Flins, that fragment that Rarier was after, do you still have it?
Of course.
Let me borrow it. I need it to follow up on some leads.
Wait, you actually have some...
Shh. This is top secret information.
I get it. We all have things we'd rather keep to ourselves. Plus, I know we can count on you. So we'll leave the intel gathering in... And that brings me to the third and final item. We need to find a way to distract him. I'm in for this part, no matter what.
Count me in too.
Come off it, you two. Quit playing here. I'm way ahead of you here. And Nefa did a scan of the Moon Goddess's Kuvaki signature. Once they're ready, we'll deploy the decoys across Nodcry. So as long as the rest of you keep moving,
I like it.
No biggie.
All right then, we'll split into 3 teams. Once your team has finished their mission, return here and wait for the others.
Lady Damselette. Wait. And you two? We've been doing our best to mind our own business lately. But if you're just gonna waltz up here like this, you're seriously pressing your luck. Don't
You really think that?
We're not looking for any trouble.
Do I need to remind you that you're still a wanted out of consideration for our former ties and the crisis we're all up?
Let them in.
But...
Are you going to make me repeat that?
No.
Sandrone seems to be in a good mood. Must...
So tell me, actually, before you answer that, just so we're clear, we're not colleagues anymore.
I promise it's nothing big.
It seems like you've gotten the wrong idea here. The only reason I let you in was because I was bored. It seemed like a way to kill some time. Whatever miscalculations I may or may not have made in the past, I haven't lost the plot enough to even consider.
I'd like to speak with Arlecchino.
What? Huh? You mean the knave?
I'd like to speak with Arlecchino. Is she in Nodcry?
No, she's not. Once the work on this facility was completed, she went back with the Rooster and Regrator. The only ones in Nodcry are me and... What is it you need to speak to her about anyway?
Rerir is hunting me. If I'm going to face him. Is that a no, then?
As if I need reminding. I was this close to settling things with him before someone decided to whisk me away to their weird little garden.
Have you held any tea parties lately?
Tea parties? Yeah, obviously. You don't seriously think we'd pack it all in just because you aren't here. If anything, they've been more eventful than ever. Just me, Arlecchino, and a bunch of insolent and sensitive guests who won't stop asking where you've gone. Oh, they've been a real joy.
I bet you served them the worst tea you have. Just like...
Who cares about how good the tea is when there's no one around to drink it? I keep losing people. First Rosaline, now you. I'm running out of people who can make me laugh. Honestly, what could be more ridiculous than a multi-centenarian goddess who's only ever had the plain herbal tea she...
You'd always brew a different type of tea for me each time. Was it really...
Well, duh. Why else? Watching you squirm was practical. Oh, yeah. And Capitano sometimes used to bring Tartaglia around, too. But I guess we won't be seeing him again. Well, I guess we are overdue for a get-together. Polonia! Have Favronia pass a message to Arlecchino for me. It's time for tea. Will suffice.
Pass along a message for me, too, if you would. My body cannot contain the marrow of 2 moons, so I'll be leaving one of them in her care.
Excuse me? Who said you were on the guest list? If my tea meant that much to you, back when you were under the Tsaritsa's protection, no one would have dared come at you so openly.
But that protection didn't come for free. In fact, I paid dearly for it. At the end of I just got tired, that's all. I never wanted any part in their grand ambitions, and I've had enough of being treated like a bottomless supply of power. It brings back memories from the old days, when I was still worshipped as the moon goddess. Centuries on, it may be a different group of people.
I figured you'd leave eventually. You didn't have as much of a reason to stay as I do. The Tsaritsa gave you shelter and protection, but that was it. Nothing more, nothing less. Meanwhile, the Fatui demanded everything from you, and I get why you left. And frankly, I have no interest in dragging you back But if you keep hanging around with this riffraff, the next time we cross paths, we might be enemies for real.
Guess that's our...
That might be your plan. But it's...
Huh? What?
Listen.
My lady, it's the Wild Hunt. A horde of monsters is head...
Another uninvited guest trying to crash my tea party. Clear the area! I'll handle this.
Wait, what? You want us to leave you here by yourself?
You'll be lucky to make it out of this alive. Go on, get out of here. You may have stopped Polonia from crushing him last time, but I've made sure that won't happen again. The entire experiment... Stay and watch if you want, but it'll be at your own risk. You're not flagged as friendlies in the weapons system. Don't tell me what to do! Look, if you're leaving, make it quick. Or you'll just get in my way. Stare all you want, Columbina. You're not getting another invitation.
I know. But thank you anyway, Zandrone.
This is exactly why you shouldn't hang around with those people. Come on then, Mr. Ray here. It's your Wild Hunt monstrosities versus my beautiful creations.
Belonia, get him!
I've upgraded Belonia again since our last encounter, and uploaded every last scrap of your data. So let's finish this, once and for...
She's not here. Where did she go?
Hey, over here, you big...
Curse it. Moon. Go. Keep searching. She cannot...
So this is your method for investigating Rarir's past? It all—
Good deduction. But it's quite a different affair from what you're used to with the Frost Moon science.
Whoa! First time I've ever been in here. Boss always said it was off limits, so... Oh, I guess this must be Sumero decor? That's where Boss is from. And that nice shopkeeper who sold me my treasure compass.
I'm not sure exactly what you've got planned, but it looks like you're all set.
Whenever we wish. But for some reason, I've got a feeling... I've never faced Rarir myself. But from what you've told me, his power... I, on the other hand, am just an ordinary businesswoman. Our paths should never have crossed, yet here
If you ask me, you're about as far from ordinary as it gets. So
once I take a job, there's no backing out. Still, I have to ask myself if the power I'm relying on will... And also how to make sure I come out of this alive. Death is the one thing we can take for granted. It is the great equalizer, however fortunate or unfortunate we may otherwise be. So it's important to consider how to...
Come on, boss. Lighten up. Quit talking about death.
For once, I agree with you. When you're up against a foe like Rarir, there's no... Is there anything I can do to help?
That won't be necessary. I've already made up my mind. Time to cash in a precious favor I've been saving. That shady merchant who sold you an overpriced treasure compass the other day.
Come on, boss. You're pulling my leg again. In what way is she shady? She showed up when I was completely lost. Anyway, I know who you're talking about. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. I genuinely can't run it.
Hey, aren't...
What is it? What's the big rush? You dragged me out of a dream where I was literally swimming in Mora. I'm charging double my usual attendance fee. See, look how easygoing she is. After that rude awakening, she could have completely snapped at us.
Dori Sangama Bay? I never would have pictured you two doing business.
If you want to make it big in Nodcry, it's all about connections. Lady Nefer just so happens to have a lot of intel that... It was back when I first arrived in Nodcry. My trusty assistant, the genie in my lamp. And wouldn't you know it, that's when I suddenly find myself in a life-or-death situation. I've been giving her a 30% discount off all of my goods ever since. Now, so that no one here feels left out, I'm willing to extend a 20% discount to fellow friends of Boss Nefer. Plus, any other friends you send my way will enjoy 10% off. What can I say? The great Lord Sangama Bay is nothing if not generous. So, let me guess. you've run into some trouble. I've got...
You guessed correctly. What have you got in the way of survival gear?
the one type of gear I've never been short on. What are you looking for? A jetpack fresh from the Academia's labs? An ancient suit of armor, dredged up from the bottom of the... At the very least, I need to know what kind of opponent you're dealing with here. If even you're worried about...
What if I told you it's someone with the power to bring a nation to its knees?
Is that so? Then we really are talking top-shelf treasures.
Your supplier?
A powerful woman, make no mistake. I can't reveal her identity, but luckily for you, if you're willing to wait, I can ask her when she's here. Can't say exactly how long.
Then let me put it another way. What would you do if you encountered an enemy?
Of course not! I have a handy little trinket from one of my generous suppliers, which... Hold on. What exactly are you getting at? No.
Let's just say I'm borrowing it, all right? Just for insurance. Favors are the worst kind of debt to owe, and now you've got a chance to repay one. A win-win situation.
Fine. You can borrow it for 5 days. No, make that 3. And for every extra hour after that, I'm charging you 1,000,000 mora. Deal?
Deal.
What a way to start the day. Now, was there anything else you wanted? Or can I go back to bed now?
That will be all. Take care now.
See you later! You're my favorite shopkeeper.
Excellent. Everything is well and truly ready. The ceremony can now begin. After initiating the ceremony, your minds will follow me wherever I go. You will see many strange things in your mind's eye. So remember, don't be frightened, and don't make a sound. Now then, let us peer into the Raker of Solnari's past. I made it. I don't recognize this style of architecture. Must be Conrian. Simple furnishings, table and chairs. Looks like the fearsome Raker of Solnari came from... Unless this passed for luxury in Conria. Anyway.
Hi, Rivier. Since you're working extra hours tonight, I thought I'd keep myself busy by checking out that new kebab. I'll test it out, and if it's as good as everyone's saying, let's go back together sometime. P.S. New stash from the Universitas Magistrorum. I brought some goodies home. A few teacups and...
They didn't sign their name. But they must have been close. Sounds like they were living together.
I went over to Joseph's for drinks today. They have a fine collection, but I went alone. Felindis was tied up. Joseph asked why I came alone, but I didn't really have an answer. He then went on to ask about other things. If you ask me, someone who asks that many... But if he invites me again, chances are...
Felindis. That's the same name.
Grain imports keep falling. If things don't pick up, we'll soon be back to meat and mushrooms only. Honestly, I'm not a huge fan of that new type of mushroom everyone's been into lately. Didn't it start out as a lab-grown variety? I heard it's even mildly corrosive. I don't care if it's an impressive feat of alchemy. That just isn't...
Grain has to be imported, and they're eating a diet of mostly meat and mushrooms. Could it be because Conria is underground, so it doesn't get much sunlight? That would explain why they use so much stone in their buildings. They even use alchemically modified strains for food. Seems like the people of Conria don't...
I've just about saved up enough now. Time to buy it and keep it somewhere safe.
Making a big purchase. I want... He really is a professional. No wonder he's so good at... Despite what he's become, it seems like he's retained certain habits. Did Rary rip it out himself?
Before I met you, I was convinced that my heart was nothing more than the burial place of a fallen moon. A withered, windless grove where the waters rested forever. It was you who helped me see that my heart...
This is just trivial sentimentality from the looks of it. The burial place of a fallen...
Reverie, over here.
Dane! Oh, and,
Hello there, Reverie. You need not address me so formally outside of court. He doesn't get that much free time, so I invited him over for a drink. Even the court prophet deserves a break every now and then.
Well, I'm flattered.
So, what are we discussing today?
Hey, don't look at me. As far as I see it...
Come on, don't give us that. Didn't you say you were about...
Who'd have thought the great twat...
I just didn't expect you to be the first one to settle...
Yeah. If you told me that a few years ago, I wouldn't have believed you either.
So, are you planning to come clean about your job then?
Sure, I'll have to tell her at some point. But I'll need to pick the right time and place.
Come on, stop being such a pessimist. For all you know, she could be thrilled. A member of the King's Guard.
Of course he does. Anyway, enough about me. How have you been?
Me? Same old, same old. Nothing much to... Huh? What's up, Ved?
It's nothing.
Vadafulnir, Dainslift's elder brother. Renowned throughout the court of Conria as the Visionary. And yet, despite the gulf between us, he seems to have something to say about me. Does he even know me? Does he see me as a friend of his Why did he react so strongly?
Brown, curly hair and brooding blue eyes. Perfectly normal. No different. As frightening as this monster is in the present.
Felindis? You're back early?
Our equipment's being serviced today, so I got off earlier than usual. How's your day been? Aw, why the long face? Is something the matter? How's your
Went for a drink with Dane and the others after work.
Isn't that a good...
Vedafulnir showed up today too. You know.
Ah, Mr. Vedafulnir. Yes, I've heard of him. They say that...
He overheard Dainslift mention that I'd recently proposed, and seemed to have an issue with it.
So, you're worried? You can be such a child sometimes, Revier. We're nobodies. Why would the Visionary be concerned about us? I'm sure someone in his position has much bigger fish.
Maybe you're right.
You worry too much, Revier. We've been together for ages now, and everything's been going so...
So, you do remember.
Like I said, I need some time to decide. You can't just rush into things like this. We made...
All right. Take your time. Just don't keep me... Nobodies. Sounds about right. Can someone whose gaze is so fixed on a far-flung future even see the present clearly?